you, Phineas?
Wonderful. It's good to talk to you. Thanks for taking time out of your day to talk to me.
Oh, do not worry. It's a pleasure. Now, although it's been a very strange year, you've had an incredible one as a solo artist and with your sister Billie. Have you taken a moment whilst you've had time to actually think about what you've done so far?
I certainly have had the time to think about it, haven't I? Yeah, I mean, we had the best strange year. Like it's been such a terrible year for so many people, and I would just be lying if I said it had been a terrible year for us. Our big regret is just that we didn't get to do all of the touring that we were hoping to do this year. And every show that we play, it's like a joy machine. Like you just get to look out and see all of these people having a wonderful time, and getting to interact with them is such a treat. So I'll miss that. I'll really every day that we're not playing shows, I'm sad, and I wish we were. But we will again as soon as it's safe to.
Definitely. Let's talk about your brand new single, What They'll Say About Us. It's so beautifully written. I kind of had
Thank you so much.
goosebumps. When I first heard it, I was like, wow, this is something. What were you feeling when the idea first came about for this song? Because there's a lot going on in this song.
Well, it's the first song I've put out that I wrote during all of this. I wrote it in June, and it was sort of about two things. I'd been paying a lot of attention to Amanda Klutz, who was posting stories every day on her Instagram. Her husband at the time was in the hospital, and so I was just kind of like desperately like following that story, just watching everything I possibly could and watching all of her updates, and I'd been thinking about that all the time. And then when I started to write the song, I'd been going to Black Lives Matter protest in Los Angeles, and so it was sort of the confluence of those two things. I think the protests were making me feel very uplifted and optimistic and inspired, and I think there is nothing more depressing than someone who has a loved one who's in the hospital dying. So it was really those two things at the same time that birthed this song. It's kind of about those two things coinciding, really.
And who did you play that song to first when you wrote the song and it was complete? Was it Billie or was it someone else?
I love that question. I wrote it and was like, this is so weird. I felt so vulnerable singing that song for some reason. I don't know. I think it was so optimistic and hopeful, and that doesn't necessarily reflect how I feel every day. I just felt it. I felt that way that day. And so I think Billie, I was kind of mumbling the song at the piano like a week later, and Billie, to her credit, she's such a sweetheart, was like, is that your song? And I said, yeah. And she was like, I think that's an incredible song. And she was very kind about it. And then I had it sort of 3/4 done. And then tragically, Nick Cordero passed away in the first week of July. He died on I think either the evening of the 4th or the morning of the 5th of July. And that was when I finished the song. That was when I wrote the last verse of the song, and then I played it for my girlfriend. But yeah, those are the two people I played the song for first. Those are the two people I play every song for first.
Amazing. And I'm guessing they're your biggest fans anyway, so they're like, this is wicked.
Billie is not my biggest fan. My girlfriend is my
really
biggest fan. She's great. Billie, and I don't want to get Billie in any trouble. Billie and I, the issue is that we're just collaborators, and so it's our whole job to make each other better. And so I think like when you're someone's biggest fan, like they can do no wrong. Like everything they do is amazing. And I think she's too close to the painting. She's like, I could see all the imperfections on this. So
I guess that's quite good in a way. You
so
need
sweet.
that.
Yeah,
absolutely. You do need that. You can't have too many yes people. So I like that.
If nobody calls you out and tells you something's not good enough, you'll put out mediocre stuff forever. It's true.
That's the prob. Now you've dipped your toes into the acting world also. Are you going to continue that alongside music if you've got any spare time?
Sure. I mean, I just the right project, I think. As soon
Mm.
as the right person comes to me with the right thing, I would be thrilled to be involved. I think the other thing is like, as an actor, like I'm kind of at the mercy of like whoever's writing and then directing whatever that is. So that's mainly the thing. It's like it would have to be someone I just am a fan of. I
Mhm.
wouldn't like, on a personal, I wouldn't like audition to play like a, you know, pizza delivery guy on a TV show
Just something random.
I didn't like. I'd be happy to be a pizza delivery guy on a show I loved. That'd be fun. But like, just doing it for the sake of doing it, I'm too busy for that. But I would definitely carve out time in my life to do something fun.
And what kind of role would you set aside some time for? What would really have to, uh, catch your eye?
So here's just, I'm only speaking in terms of like my greatest dream. Um, the writer Aaron Sorkin, who now is like directing, he directed Molly's Game, and he's directing this new movie Chicago 7. Aaron Sorkin, who I've never met, is just my favorite writer of
Mhm.
all time. I love the poetry of the sort of like rhythm of every character's dialogue is so amazing. So I would be beyond thrilled to be any part in any movie that he's ever thinking of making.
Amazing. And is an Oscar award something you would love to win and have alongside all of those Grammys?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we got to we played the In Memoriam song at the Oscars this year, and it was a real treat to be there. I mean, the Oscars, our parents, Billy and my parents, are both actors. They've spent a long time in the theater community in New York. The Oscars in our house was like the I think the way that people watch the Super Bowl. Like we'd have like
The
family
main event
friends.
of the
Yeah,
year.
totally. Yeah, Wimbledon or whatever it is for
Yeah.
other people. Yeah, we'd have friends over and have a whole. We'd all make food and everything. So just getting to be in attendance was such a treat. So I'll put it this way. I'll do anything that gets me invited back. That would be really exciting.
And if you could pick an actor to play you in the story of your life, who would you choose?
Jacob Tremblay, the kid who played the lead in Room, that Brie Larson film.
Mm.
That kid is so much better than anyone else in the world. I think he's so good. It's really crazy.